Hello, this is Pastor Trent Petty in Silver City, New Mexico. May 1st is the appropriate day to post this. This was the day we were promised to reopen. Why do we believe if we're not reopening now that we will reopen on the 15th? I must first make a disclaimer. I'm not a soft-spoken preacher and I'm not here to tickle ears. If that offends you, you probably should quit listening now. For those who have the courage to go on, for God hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I urge every citizen to get on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, email, phone calls, whatever, and declare your equal rights under the Constitution of the United States. These cities around New Mexico that are putting together this task force I mentioned in the previous video are in violation of the Sunshine Law of New Mexico. The law states they must have open meetings so all who choose may attend. The mayor of Silver City appointed this task force and doesn't believe he needs to abide by the laws of the state. Is your mayor doing the same? The mayor tells me the reason he's not standing up and speaking out for those who have lost their job or business is because he's a rule follower. Maybe he should follow the Sunshine Law too. I was warned before I spoke to him that he doesn't care about small business. I found after talking to him, he's drawing a retirement check and he really doesn't care about anything. He said, 2 years from now, this probably won't matter. I said, to you, apparently not, but not to those who are losing everything now. To those like our mayor and I who have a retirement check coming in every month, it's easy to sit back and say, que sera, sera. We care as long as it doesn't cost us anything. But scripture says, am I my brother's keeper? The Pharisees hated Jesus because he rocked the boat. They didn't care about the people. They only cared about remaining in power and being honored in the marketplace. We have that same situation today with many of our so-called leaders. They don't really care about you. They only care about keeping their position of importance. They're like a kid learning to ride a unicycle. Their only concern is staying on top. They're more concerned about offending anyone in Santa Fe rather than your family eating next week. My loyalties are first to my God and second to the Constitution of the United States. I have sworn an oath to the Constitution on several occasions. Never have I sworn an oath to any mayor, governor, or president, preacher, or religious affiliation for that matter. In fact, in that oath, I swore to uphold the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Every one of our politicians have sworn that same oath to that same Constitution. Some of them are violating that oath as we speak. That tells us they have no honor and no integrity. It is our duty to God and to the Constitution to stand up to such evil. In the book of Acts, chapter 25, and again in Acts 28, Paul declares his rights as a Roman citizen and appeals to Caesar. As the United States citizen, I declare that I have the same rights as any other citizen, be they politician, leader, media reporter, owner of a social media, big box store, billionaire, rich or poor, whatever they call themselves, it makes no difference. God is no respecter of persons. Then neither am I. When people were asked to go home for everyone's safety, we did so out of concern for our communities. But now it's time to go back to church and back to work. There is never an appropriate time to tell someone they're not allowed to go to church or to go to work or to open their business so they can feed their family. When they say you're not allowed to work or open your business, they're telling you you're not allowed to feed your family. Communists control people by controlling the food. Our food is being controlled by telling us if we're allowed to go to work or allowed to open our business. There's really no difference. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. Allow him to work, and you feed him for a lifetime, rather than being required to eat from your hand. Now, they want some of our local citizens to set rules for us, so Santa Fe will be off the hook. The old saying in politics is, if you want to stonewall anything, create a committee. How many committees are there in the state of New Mexico then? These committees are helping Santa Fe kick the can down the road far beyond May 15th. And these committees want the rest of us to just buy a pig in a poke. Does anyone really believe those rules will ever go away or won't be added to? For those of you that know your history, the government also told everyone personal income tax would only be in place long enough to pay for World War I. We see how well that worked out for we the people. I've been told by our Grant County Chamber of Commerce I would need to talk to him before I post again. Well, Chamber, here's your notice. In the Declaration of Independence, we see these words. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Am I calling for separation? No, not at all. I am appealing to the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle us all. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As stated here by our founding fathers, these rights were given to us by God, and therefore cannot be taken away by anyone, no matter what they believe their exalted position to be. Our founding fathers stated that God has declared us all to be equal, but today it's obvious that some of us are more equal than others. We have politicians and billionaires telling us what we can and cannot do, while they freely and willfully violate the laws they demand we live by. We have lost our way and need to get back to the basics. With these words, we declare ourselves as equal to all of those who strangely believe themselves to be our superior. As to the politicians and community leaders that have contacted me trying to prevent me from putting out another video, I'm not asking for a sympathetic ear, a pat on the back, or a shoulder to cry on. I'm not asking for permission from the mayor, representatives, the Chamber of Commerce, or the leader of the task force that is violating the New Mexico Sunshine Law to post this. In short, I retain my right to free speech. As in the Bill of Rights, I demand the right to worship my God as I see fit, and to freely conduct business with whomever freely chooses to conduct business with me. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. This is Pastor Trent Petty, Silver City, New Mexico. Thank you for listening.